Welcome to Oviedo City Church's Know, Grow, Go class. Thank you for taking the time to find out who we are, what we're about, where we're going, and to see if this might be a place that God wants you to connect and call your church home. I want to give you just a little bit of a history of OCC, how we got to where we are, where we've come from. It's always helpful to have a sense of sort of the culture and vibe of a church, and a lot of times that means, where'd you come from? How'd you get started? So we got started back in 2005. We were a campus of Northland Church, which is located in Longwood, Florida. And for quite a few years, we were a campus. We were just a part of that church, one of a number of campuses. And we intended to be in the Oviedo community, to be a mission outpost, to bring the gospel, to help change lives, and to reach people. I was the founding pastor of that site. After a couple of years, turned it over to someone else to run it for a few years. But then I came back in 2015 to take over the campus. Within a couple of years, Northland figured that the best way for the various campuses to move forward was to become their own local church. So at the beginning of 2018, we started that process, and January 1st of 2019, we became Oviedo City Church. At the time, we were meeting in the chapel at Reformed Theological Seminary. So every Sunday, we're hauling things in, hauling things out, setting up, tearing down, but always looking for the place. Where would God have us kind of land and settle? And as it turned out, really in the middle of COVID, God opened up that opportunity. So in 2021, we made a purchase of the building that we're in now, went through a long renovation process, and moved into our new location. Along the way, we also began a process of a leadership transition where Pete Geiger, who is now our lead pastor, would come in and take my place as the lead pastor. One of the wonderful parts about that story is Pete was the worship leader back in 2005 when we started the Northland campus in Oviedo. So we brought Pete on board a few years ago to become eventually that lead pastor. We made that transition in April of 2024. I moved into more of a role of discipleship and teaching and overseeing our church planting efforts. Since we have moved into our new location, things have just kind of exploded growth-wise. In the last 4 years, we've more than doubled in size. Currently, here we are at the beginning of 2025, and we've got about 800 people on a Sunday who are showing up, being a part of who we are, what we're doing in worship, and helping to make disciples. We've done a lot in the local community over the past decade or so to make an impact in people's lives. We've been involved with the local Chamber of Commerce, doing outreach at Taste of Oviedo, doing Sunday Serve Days. That's been a big part of who we are and has helped us to reach people with the gospel. We've seen our team grow, adding ministries. Our children's ministries continue to grow. We're expanding into college ministry. We're getting ready to do some church planting. So it's just a real quick history. This is who we are, where we've come from, and how we've become Oviedo City Church.